guys, it's part 2. What if Deku had King's power? Kurashima has his Red Riot form and all that. If you guys seen What if Deku had Crystallization Quirk, I might just be amping up Kurashima a lot in this. Just like in the other one, Kurashima is 50% one for all. Deku can fly really fast. And he had King's power. And actually, guys, I have a setup right now. Like, I have an actual place to do my what ifs because I got a phone setup thing. I don't really know what to call it. So I'm standing right now and all that. So yeah, I left off at me pretty much going quick. But yeah. So when we get to the whole test, Deku literally just goes on and pretty much uses increase to go shoot through all of them, and he's constantly just using increase and all that, making people more impressed because he's levitating with wings, and every time a robot tries to come at him, he just dodges and punches it, because I said he was physically stronger because it is just a quirk. So yeah, I'll say he's not freakishly stronger than him. I'll just say that he is around 15% one for all too, so he is able to smash robots. No wind pressures or anything like that. I'm moving my thing to the floor where I can sit down instead of standing up. But yeah, so his ability. But yeah, he's able to punch the robots down. So yeah. Moving with it again. I got an even better spot now. If I just move this out of the way then. Okay. So yeah, he's just using increase and Bumblebee and all that. Kurishima's just running through, punching them really easily, breaking them, and all that. And of course they know Mina and stuff like that. And yeah. I'll say because he has increase and he can do far range attacks, he has around 300 because he's not going overboard because he's just floating around. And when the 0 point comes, Kurashima helps Mina, like I said in the other one, by punching through it. And Deku uses Sunflower. You just see him point out his fingers, like, point it downwards to the robot while it's trying to smack him, and a flower comes out the ground and he shoots a laser beam out of it, saying Sunflower and stuff like that. So now it is, after that, people are impressed. He goes down, levitates Uraraka, and puts her on the pillow and floats her too. Or he would say cradle guarding, I forget what it's called, but that's able to heal her a little bit, and she's perfectly new, and stuff like that. And now they're going off too. Now they're at their houses, and they're waiting for the message to come. Whenever it comes, they're happy and they go to 1A. They get there and Aizawa is pretty much in the... Oh wait, Mina and Naraka thank them. Ida goes up to him and says, "How did you guys know about the hidden points? You guys are amazing students, aren't you?" And that's whatever Deku and Kurashima would say, "No, we just help them, that's it." And he's like, "Really? Good job being great heroes." Flapping his arm around, like, yeah. That's whenever Aizawa wakes up and tells them to go outside and put these on. But somebody says that we have like a assembly and stuff And he explains the whole quirk exam, and people are happy that they can use their quirks finally. But that's whenever he comes up with a plan to say that if anybody, the last person gets kicked out of UA, putting people on edge, stuff like that. Which I don't get. If your quirk is that well, you shouldn't be on edge, because I would say the dude with physical enhancement should have been on edge because he has physical enhancement. Oh yeah. So, it's the ball throw. Since Deku can levitate stuff, as we've seen him able to do, he'll just levitate it and all that. And he can use his powers without his spear, because spear is just like a power-up, pretty much. As we've seen, it does. So, what I'll say he does, he indents the ball into a tiny ball, and people are like, what did you do? And as always says, that's still the actual ball, so it's fine. And that's where he shoots it off with his fingers. And it'll go infinite because it'll go that far. And stuff like that. So, race, he just pretty much flies over there because he's that fast. Kurishima's second, of course. But now, physical enhancement, honestly, people were expecting him not to get that well because it seems like his quirk, because he doesn't look muscular, because he's like has a toned body, I'll just say, and plus he can transform, so people are like, he probably won't get that high. Him and Kurishima breaks the machine with their fists, pretty much, like kadoosh. After getting like the highest one and all that, I don't know. People are like, for real, does he have some kind of physical enhancement? So does that dude. I say people ask him what the quirk is. Deku says mine is called Disaster, and says it got that name because it's so destructive if I want it to be. And he also says that if I want it to be, I can not make it destructive too, so Kirishima says hardening and stuff. I say people ask what he says, it's just pretty much plant manipulation, but they think why would it get a name Disaster? And then because I say they didn't see him use sunflower, Kirishima says hardening, and they ask how they're so strong. They say that they can regenerate, and I'll just say that King or Deku just got the ability to regenerate from using, that dropling, that life dropling, like after he worked out and teared his muscles and all that. And stuff, and now people are like, he has regeneration, and he's a plant. He explains how he regenerates, and Deku explains that my quirk has the ability to almost bring people back to life from major damage. But it's harder to do it the longer the damage has been there. And stuff like that. Deku gets first now, and almost everything tied with Kurishima sometimes in physical strength. Anything that's based on speed he would get because he is faster, but strength, Kurishima would get second, and they'll tie. So yeah, it is the next day, and they get told that they're doing versus battle. Deku and Kurishima versus Todoroki and Bakugo. Bakugo flies down. Todoroki's just planning on to freeze the ground. But whenever Deku sees the frozen, he decides not to use Guardian. So that's where we see him turn it into this different looking spear. That's whenever you see Bakugo come around the corner and him slice him, cut him in the arm, turning it, and they see it turn into stone. He tells Bakugo that he shouldn't move around and break it, because he'll lose his arm that way. I think Kirishima comes up, punching him in the face, sending him back with Deku, using, he stabs him again, and they tie him up and all that, and they told him to release him, but he'll be knocked out because he was completely immobilized. So they do, and they wrap him up. That's whenever Todoroki hears Bakugo has been taken out and all that. They go up there, but Todoroki tries to hit them with ice, with Deku using Increase to destroy it instantly. That's when Todoroki starts shooting ice again, but now he uses his plant manipulation and destroys stuff. Now people are wondering, he did say that his quirk can be destructive, so when is it destructive? That's whenever he turns it back to Chastifer's first form and says Bumblebee, destroying the ice. Instead of cutting Todoroki, he just smacks him around, back and forth. Todoroki gets hit so many times that he activates his fire, trying to back him off, with him shooting a fireball, with Deku activating Guardian, taking on, instantly turning it into his armament form. I know it was part of his true form, but I'll just make it stronger in his true form, because in his true form he can use it, but I'll say he activates his 9th figuration armor. And that's whenever he goes up with his 2 blades on his arms and starts spinning and breaks through them with but with his physical enhancement, or his strength and his speed and all that. And he comes up to Todoroki and punches him in the face with the armor on. And that hurts him a lot and knocks him out, and they get the bomb. So after getting the bomb, people ask, what's all his abilities? It seems like he can transform. He says, my original ability is plant manipulation, also stating that this weapon is actually made out of plants, a special type of plant from a tree, he says. And it seems like I have several forms, showing them all off, and showing some flower off. And he says Guardian's weakness is ice and all that, but that's practically the only weakness to it, unless somebody can dodge it. And he also says that he has stronger form, but it takes more energy to activate it. And they ask what it is. He says he calls it his true abilities, saying that everything gets amped up and stuff. And my Chastifel's true form, first form, is gigantic, and I can destroy stuff instantly with that move. I'll say tapping into the power for a split seconds, making a huge spear, with everybody seeing it, and they say that you don't have to demonstrate it, and all that, and they pretty much go on. Just gonna leave it off. Hope you like this series, and the next Deku series I'll do once I finish one of these is what if Deku had Danny Phantom's power, which I have to do some research on, because I don't really remember it, because I was a kid whenever I watched it and stuff, or I am still a kid, but I was younger, I'll say, and all that. See you on the next one. Goodbye.